Welcome to this weekly reflection from Salisbury Cathedral. My name is Kenneth Padley, the Canon Treasurer. Part of my job involves oversight for the art we have at the Cathedral, both permanent holdings and temporary exhibitions. These have been given or loaned to help us explore the stuff of God. As with all artistic endeavour, they can help us examine ideas and feelings where words sometimes fail. So, have you seen the fantastic exhibition of Grayson tapestries currently hanging in the cathedral? There are 6 panels on display in the nave until the 25th of September. They're full of colour and executed on a massive scale, each 4 metres long by 2 metres high. Do come and visit them. They are included in a standard entrance ticket to the cathedral. The tapestries are part of a single work which Grayson titles The Vanity of Small Differences. Together they tell the story of Tim Rakewell, a self-made man who escapes working-class poverty for a lucrative career in IT, only to die in a car crash. The lens of the panels is focused on Rakewell, his relations, associates and residences as he moves through successive homes in Sunderland, Tunbridge Wells and the Cotswolds. And the whole story is concertina down into just 1 year, the year 2012, when Perry made the tapestries. However, The Vanity of Small Differences is a reflection on the whole of contemporary British life. Tim Rakewell is an everyman. His story is intended to express and explore aspirations and bias throughout the whole of society. His story invites us to recognise prejudices within ourselves and our own complicity in cycles of ambition and failure. Like all great art, Grayson Perry is holding up a mirror to the world, and in particular to my attitudes and yours. But Grayson Perry is not just offering us contemporary commentary. He's also playing off the artistic traditions of his forebears, riffing earlier paintings and their exploration of societal themes. His panels consciously tell us about the present because, like us all, they are informed by the past. Collectively, the tale of Tim Rakewell is inspired by the Rake's Progress, a biting condemnation of luxurious debauchery in Georgian London by William Hogarth. Hogarth's drawings from the 1730s chart the decline of a young man, Tom Rakewell, who squanders an inheritance until he meets a penurious death in Bedlam, a ghastly early mental hospital. In addition, each scene of Perry's series finds iconographical reference in the contents and titles of earlier famous compositions. Many of these are Renaissance masterpieces, exploring major biblical scenes or significant Christian themes. Remember that the series is called The Vanity of Small Differences. And so Perry's first panel is named The Adoration of the Cage Fighters and depicts Tim Rakewell's mum as if she's Jesus' mother Mary receiving gifts from the wise men. The second panel is named The Agony in the Car Park, recounting Jesus' emotional trials in the Garden of Gethsemane, while simultaneously capturing the dalliance of Tim's mother with a pub singer whose performance seems to crucify both himself and his Northumbrian audience. However, it's the third panel which is perhaps the most dramatic. Entitled Expulsion from Number 8 Eden Close, it narrates the departure of Tim as a promising software student from his northern roots to join the middle-class household of his girlfriend's family in Kent. Some undocumented argument has led Tim to flee his mother and stepfather. Like Adam and Eve, the couple turn their backs on the past. In the Bible, Adam and Eve are forced from a paradise of perfection and into a life of thankless toil, as seen in this 15th century work by Giovanni di Paolo. Superficially, Perry reverses this motif by showing Tim's expulsion as an indirect catalyst of perceived social progress into the sunlit uplands, as he calls it, of the middle class. The look on Tim's face is not that of shame like Adam, but of horror at the world and people he leaves behind. We all know felicitous moments when a point of crisis comes to turn to our ultimate advantage. But maybe within Perry's commentary, the condemnation is against all aspirational snobbery. Both Tim's wine-swilling in-laws, who fill their shelves with books not to read so much as to project their liberal values, and also Tim's mother, as she vacuums the astroturf which demarcates her own detached ambitions. For me, the irony of the expulsion from number 8 Eden Close is encapsulated in the book which Tim's girlfriend clutches at the very heart of the scene. That epic poem of hubris and nemesis, Paradise Lost by John Milton. The exhibition of Perry's panels in Salisbury Cathedral is the first time these works have been shown in a religious context. I find this very exciting because it not only highlights some of the thematic and stylistic inspiration I have been discussing, but it invites us to ask big questions. What do these panels say to you and to me about our own existence? Is there anything more to life than making money like Tim Rakewell? Or will we just end up in the gutter like him? Might the tapestries hint that the world should and could be better? Perry's panels, I think, have plenty to disturb those of us who live in and around Salisbury. We're not so many miles from the Cotswolds, where Tim Rakewell concludes his perceptual progress. And it is an easy delusion for those of us who are privileged to live in such a beautiful city, let alone in the hallowed precincts of the Cathedral Close, to think that we have made it. And beware, because this fallacy can give way to an even greater delusion, the idea that heaven will be a bit like Salisbury, only with slightly larger houses. The kingdom of God is not quantitatively different from our rarefied existence. It's a wholly greater and radically different thing. William Hogarth's Rake's progress is downwards. John Bunyan's Pilgrim's progress is upwards. The kingdom of God is a realm to which all are invited, and where entry is through grace and not entitlement. The more we become enmeshed in the systems of this world, the more we are likely to need purgation and expulsion of those earthly prejudices so searingly exposed by Grayson Perry's panels. Do come and see them, on display in Salisbury Cathedral until the 25th of September.